Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome once more to the great PBEM war. There we go, I got it right for change. So things are going interestingly, I suppose you could say. I mean, we have managed to cut these rails, which is very important, to be honest. I'm hoping that we can cut these rails and get the hell out of here. Over here we're more secure. Do I want to head over here, or do I want to try and cut these lines? I think we'll head over here and try and, oh, wait, what? Ah, there we go. Okay. Well, it honestly depends, really. There's not many, ungarrisoned towns around here. I mean, there's only really Munster. But, well, then again, I could head north. I could indeed, but there's not much damage to be done over there. If I head south and destroy these rail lines, then at least I can destroy his capability to get reinforcements to the front line. Speaking of getting reinforcements to the front line, down here is just a mess. Ah, dear. Right, they shouldn't be going there. Well, they shouldn't be going to Colmar. But I will see how they go. Well, to be honest, I may just have them added to the force and just see if we can get them a hell out of there. Right, we'll have them evade combat. And just try and get there. Okay. Passive posture. Retreat if engaged. If they could get to Colmar, then I could try and cut these rail lines. I could try and cut off this army. And then once we actually have our army in the south activate, whenever the hell that is, then we might be able to do something about it. At least in regards to getting forces into the area. Now, do we have any other forces available to us? We only really have the African forces in Egypt, but they can stay where they are. The rest of these transport ships I think I might send down to Africa. We pretty much have control of the seas for the most part. The only place that we don't have control of the seas is in the Baltic. So we can send these ships over here to the colony here where we're sending the other ships. Okay, so I'm actually going to cancel that move. I'm going to have these guys just head into the ocean here, the South Atlantic. And we'll basically watch the South Atlantic and make sure we don't have any German shipping there. I don't think there is any. I honestly don't think there is any. My ally has requested me to send some submarines into the Baltic, actually. Mostly to help enforce a blockade. So what we're going to do is we're going to send these ships out. Now I have a few transport squadrons here that I should really be using a lot better. No, don't go through Kiel. You do not go through the Kiel Canal. That is insanity. Why would it even allow me to do those? The region is neutral. Are you serious? I can't go through... Crap! Well... Bugger. Really? Bugger. Can't do anything then, can I? Balls. I guess we'll stay with the fleet then. I'm going to take these transport ships out and I'm going to send them to where they could be more useful. I'm actually going to send them to Ireland, depending on how many... Wow, we have... Wow, okay. I completely forgot about these transport ships and that would have been really useful. So we can send these liners to Ireland. There we go. We do have these marines over here. Now these marines will be very useful in the future. Okay, so we still have a lot of war supply, but we don't have much in the way of conscripts, so we need to be careful with our conscripts. So I could start just really building some heavy artillery and medium artillery, that sort of thing. Let's take a look at our war production, actually. Right, we're not doing bad, actually, for the French. I'm just going to get more replacements, just in case. Need to be in tip-top shape. The Germans have a larger manpower pool than I do. So I'm not entirely sure how badly they are hurting, but they can't be as, well, hurting as badly as I am. And then again, they have taken a lot of losses, the most so far. Okay, so we have more forces coming online very soon, which should be alright. So I think, oh wow, I spent all my war supply anyway. Okay. There's not particularly too much I can do right now. We are sending those forces over there, which is fair enough. We have these forces that, right, yes, they'll be landed over here next turn. We should have another few forces here in a few days, yeah. 4 days we'll have the New Zealanders. I might deploy the New Zealanders over here to Calais, actually. Yeah, we'll deploy them to Calais. And then at least they're closer to the British Expeditionary Force. Oh, Lewis of Battenberg. Now, Lewis of Battenberg was a, oh, he's a Hessian prince. I believe it was Hessian. Yeah. I believe so. I've been reading a few chapters, actually, of my book, actually. And there was a chapter on Battenberg. And it's really interesting, actually. There's a point at which a German admiral approaches him and basically says, you should not have joined the British Navy. Why you serve in the British? You should be serving Germany, your home nation. And then he says basically to the admiral, the German Empire didn't exist when I joined the British Navy. He was a very old man. He was a big eater as well. I should probably do a few videos on some of these people once I finish the book. And something like that might be a little bit interesting for people to look at, because some of these people are just fantastic. Right. So we're going to make a gamble on the forces over here. I could have this man promoted. I shall, actually. That could work out quite nicely. It might piss some people off, but we'll see. I'm going to add this to the British Expeditionary Force to give them a little bit more power. Right, so that's 6... No, that's 2 command cost. You're already over anyway, but that should help out. Okay. Vainglorious Strategist is not too helpful. Right then. So there's not exactly too much for us to do, other than just basically take a look at the turn. We committed to having the Japanese join the war on our side, as we spent our resolve over there. Resolve, or engagement points, whatever you want to call it. Go to our options unlocked, sorry. Yeah, the Anglo-Japanese treaty will be signed next turn. And that will bring the Japanese into the war. Having the Japanese in the war would be fantastic. I can use the Japanese Navy to... I should have some Japanese Marines or forces, land forces of that nature. I can assault the German holding over here. But I'll go here for Bismarck first, just to take care of Mr. von Spee. Taking care of him would be fantastic. Right, so more forces being sent to the continent. Great. Do we have the battlecruiser in... Oh, right, we have the battlecruiser Australia. Such a mighty battleship. Now, he can come out in either places, which is irritating. The Australia is just such a good ship. Right, we have a transport ship over here as well. I should have that sent to Europe. Well, actually, what we'll do then is we'll make it into a separate thing. There we go. So I can keep selection on that. I'll have it go down here, then it could pick up the Marines, possibly in a turn or two. Okay. Right then, so we'll save the game, and we'll see what happens. So we still have the fleet over here. Where is the Grand Fleet? Did I have it in Plymouth? Where did I send it? I think I sent it to London. No, I did not. Where did I send the goddamn Grand Fleet? I forgot already. Right, so by naval. Power. The Rhine Gate. Ah. What? I'm confused. Huh. Oh, right, this is... It's because they're in another nation's port? Or are they combined with the French? Right, that would make a hell of a lot more sense. I was, like, so confused for a moment then. Right, we'll send Admiral Jellicoe out there. We are sending further forces to deal with the Austrian Navy down here. Right, the British battlecruisers will be heading, well, following them to the Tunisian coast. We'll have them come out over there as well. The French will follow. Right, it's just There's always a strange little bug. I don't know particularly what causes it, but it can have a dramatic effect on things. I could combine them, but I think I'm going to leave these guys here, so they can keep up the blockade, so we don't lose any of our blockade. We are shipping over here, which is great. Okay. I'm going to actually have this French cruiser, well, these two cruisers over here, I'm going to have them head out to the Ionian Sea. Well, actually, no, head to the Ionian Sea and then into the, no, I don't need to have somebody in there, because I've already got a sub there. But we'll have them head to the Ionian Sea so we can keep vision. I want to make sure I can track down the Austro-Hungarian Navy. Okay. Now I'm finally ready to take my turn. Or for the turn to process, I should say. So, button down the hatches. Men, let's see what kind of hell we go through. I imagine it's going to be an awful... It's probably going to be an awful turn. I can only hope for good things, and I doubt any of them are going to happen this turn. I've got reasonable confidence in the British Expeditionary Force. Maybe they'll be able to do it. I've put them on a light attack, I suppose you could call it. A conservative attack. Right, we are seeing... Are those forces from the Antwerp siege or forces... Right, so those forces away from the siege of Antwerp. Interesting. Oh god, I hope those cavalry do not get caught. Okay, they didn't. But we are being engaged over here. We do hold the advantage in numbers, but we do not have the cohesion or the command. So best case scenario is basically that army retreats, which I very, very much want it to retreat. If you men would kindly retreat, that'd be lovely. Or you can start winning. Right, they've been reinforced. They're not going to win this battle, but... I'm not too sure, actually. We may get a tactical victory. Which should not happen, considering our cohesion. Huh. This should not be happening. Knowing my luck, I'll still say defeat, but this should not be a victory. I was not expecting any reinforcements. But goddamn, we've taken quite a lot of the Germans out. It may in fact be a victory. I was sure they had more forces here. Unless their other forces have not joined the battle, but I'm sure they had more than that. I could be wrong. That's a goddamn victory. Holy crap! He did have more men. He did. What happened? Oh, that's unfortunate. I don't think his men actually joined the battle. I think he only had the one force. Well, yes, there was 146,000 men in the area, but we only faced about 50-60,000. So only half of his force, the smaller force, was the only one that engaged. Now that's very surprising. That is very surprising. That is just... I don't even know what to say to that. I did not expect that to be a victory. I was expecting total defeat there. My god. I wish... I was not expecting that. That is, yeah, that was something else. That was something else. Right, so we found the Austro-Hungarian Navy. And we are taking a few losses over here. Right, so we came out on top there, but we did lose 5 ships. So, we did engage them with the battle cruisers, the Inflexible, the Indefatigable, well, the Indefatigable, oh my god, I can't say it, and the Indomitable, Indefatigable, why can't I say that word? God damn it. Ah! No, god damn it. Right, so a lot of their ships are actually out of ammunition now. So maybe another battle, they may be out of ammunition. Right, so our battle cruisers did not get their hit chances they needed. But that's very interesting. I should stop saying interesting, but it's one of those things that's really hard to stop saying. Have the German... I think the Germans actually escaped us in... Oh no, we found them. And we found a lot more than I expected. Right, this could be the defeat I was actually expecting. We'll see, we might be reinforced. It's the 6th day, so we might have more men in the area via train. We'll see how things go. Right, we did receive some reinforcements there. Surely we had more men than this in the area. That might be the engagement of the secondary British force, or the second arm of the British Expeditionary Force. I was hoping that the French forces would actually join the battle. That may be the French forces in the battle now. We may have further forces from the men that may have reinforces via sea. Well, the infantry that landed on the coast, I can't remember where they were from, actually. That's a victory as well. What the hell is my luck? What did we have in here? Did we just have the British? Alright. No, we had the French in as well. Amazing. My luck is too good. This luck is too goddamn good. Right, so we've re-engaged the Austro-Hungarian Navy once more. No losses inflicted or sustained, but we still had the victory. Though their ships are becoming now, well, their divisions are becoming exhausted. Their dreadnoughts are exhausted, and that is their largest dreadnought squadron. So we have the Vedibus, the Tegathoff, and the Prince Eugene. Okay. Oh my god! Have we actually cut off some German forces? Oh dear. Oh, really? Ah! Yeah, yeah! Go get him, lads! Right, a victory there. They've got to be running out now. Their forces will become more and more fatigued, and they've got to be running out of ammunition. We need to destroy that fleet. I think we actually did catch them out. Ah, we caught their fleet again. Okay. Right, we sunk 2 of their ships. Nothing important, unfortunately, but we are doing the damage. Yeah, so we wiped out the torpedo squadron. The Austrian Navy's getting off lightly. Right, so they've retreated over there. Shit. Well, that's the defeat I was hoping for. Well, expecting, I guess. But it's like hoping for. Ah, bugger. Right, so those would have been the forces that arrived from the ships. Ah, damn it. Even so, we may lose this battle, which we are probably going to lose this battle. Yeah, that's definitely a loss. Okay. Ah, damn it. That must have been the forces that we sent initially from Britain. What? 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 This game does not make sense. What? Okay. What is this? This is bullshit. This is bullshit. Even I feel this is bullshit. Oh my god. Thom, mate, when you ever see this, I even agree this is bullshit. This should not have happened. Those results are bullshit. We may have been reinforced by the French forces from the fort there, but that's bullshit. Ah, what the hell even was that? And we have an army commander at long goddamn last. Ah, my god, and we can create headquarters now. At long goddamn last. Are these the Indian forces? These were the Indian forces. No. No, they weren't. No, were they? No. These are the Indian forces. How the hell? Huh. Well, we have more forces to send towards the front line. Fantastic. Right, how many men do we have here? This is 50,000 men. We still have 43,000 men there. But we've basically caught out Bulow's army. So what we need to do now is cut this rail line here. Right, we can see the strength of his forces here. Plettenberg. I think he's really pulling back from the Belgium and Netherlands area. Okay, keep cutting those rail lines. Right, I see. So he sent forces over here to Julesburg to try and get rid of my... well, to try and catch my cavalry. We didn't see any engagements down here, thankfully. Okay. We do have a hell of a lot of forces in the area, though. Okay. Things are going very well, actually. I did not expect that to be such a good turn. I don't even know. How did we... what? Madness. Utter madness. And now we finally have an army commander down here. At long goddamn last. And our forces has escaped. Well, our forces escaped the Mulhouse. In 15 days as well. God damn, what is this? Right, so the Austro-Hungarian fleet is over here. Okay. Handy dandy. I mean, our own forces are damaged and... Why, what's the problem here? Oh, it's strange. Okay. So I could try and chase him and finish him off, but my ships are fairly damaged. So what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to send this force over here. Then I'm going to send the British to Malta. The British forces here, the British naval squadron here can last, well, can rest a few days. And then what we can do is, as we have basically full vision of what's going on here, we can watch the coastline. It's going to take him more than one turn to get back to friendly waters. I do not think he could make it in a turn. So if we rest the British Mediterranean fleet for about 13 days, we could come back with a lot more cohesion, a hell of a lot more ammunition, and just be in full fighting condition. The French will have to tough it out, but they do have the Dreadnought, so they should be able to handle it. Right, we didn't even have a battle here, which is really interesting. And very dangerous. Which is... that's not bad, actually. What we can do now is basically... pray, because... yeah... I don't know, let's repair this rail line. We could advance more forces into this area. That's definitely doable. Right, so destroy those rails. And then... well, because we own the territory here, we can... well, we don't... yes, we do, actually. This is Belgium territory. Fantastic. Right, we're going to keep on going. I'm going to try and cross over here and keep destroying rails. These cavalry are just such a pain in the ass for him. Antwerp still stands tall, though. He does not have a breach in Antwerp. Right. I don't know how things could have gone in Germany. Or with the Russians. Berlin is no longer under siege, but this town of Potsdam has been taken. Okay. The Germans have advanced to here, though. I feel like he's switched his attention to dealing with the Russians. So what he may do is basically withdraw to this line here, back to the German border. Which is not a bad idea. I mean, if you're having to deal with somebody that's causing a lot of havoc... well, basically, you'd want to deal with the weaker power first. So I think that's what he's doing. I think he's pulling Germans back to the border to deal with the Russians, which is not a bad strategy at all, considering the fact if he stays over here, he can face being encircled or... well, the thing is, I'm gaining power. I'm not as weak as I was on the first turn, and that's pretty impressive. Because I do have a lot of forces coming to the continent. A lot of forces. I mean, even here is another 26,000 men. And these men will be sorely needed. Don't get me wrong. Alright, don't bother with that crap of distant unload. It doesn't seem to work for me. Or at least I just don't understand how you do it. Right. So we have Battenberg. Now, it's quite sad actually with Battenberg. He was basically forced out of the Admiralty. He was the first Sea Lord or second Sea Lord at the time. I think he may have been... He was something like that. He might have been the second Sea Lord. I'm not entirely sure. But he was basically forced out by British opinion and a cabal of basic British officers who absolutely resented the man due to his royal connections. Which indeed did help him rise through the ranks, but he was definitely a capable officer or a commander. Basically, yeah. He was definitely capable. But there's always jealousy. Okay. So yes, he was basically forced out of the Admiralty by dissenting opinions. Okay. Quite sadly, actually, I believe he was asked to resign the day that his son had died, actually, in the British Expeditionary Force in France. Quite sad. Right. So we have a lot of forces that we could commit to a battle here. Are you active? Please be active. You're not active. Is that an army, technically? No, it's a corps. If I take out the cavalry, I'll have the cavalry actually make their way down here. They make their way to Montmedy, and then we head over the border. We can try and get round the Germans once more. And try and cut those rail lines. Okay. So, we have not faced any further resistance over here, or any further attempts by the German army to destroy us, actually. I may reinforce my position down here. It's debatable. I mean, there's a large German concentration over in the Netherlands. But this would be his Achilles heel right now. It's fantastic terrain to defend against. Then again, Thom could be his Achilles heel. I have a bridge across the river here. If we face battle here, we'd probably face utter destruction due to the fact of the march and sound of guns of both armies here. So that's yeah, that's a trap. Never mind that being an Achilles heel, that is a trap. I think I'll send further forces here. Do we have any other way across? We don't. There's no other bridges on this river. This far south. Really, the only other way would be crossing here, but there is this force here. Is that Ruprecht von Bayern? Yes, there's Ruprecht von Bayern, the Crown Prince of Bavaria. I can't really cross here. That's a problem. So rather risk that then. I think we should send, well, we shall send men to the north. We can rapidly reinforce the size of our armies in the north. I mean, I could play it safe and send forces over here, which I might do. I might send a token force. Maybe a core strength of men. To basically watch this area. So I think I'll take about 24,000 reservists. Or does that these men, actually? Yeah, they're over here. Okay, so what we can do then is we can take about 24,000 reservists. Yeah, 23,400 reservists. Have them sent to bridge the gap here. And then we could play the march to the sound of guns on him, if he so chooses to advance on me. Right. And then the rest of the forces, they can reinforce our position in the north. Why do I want to... Well, I have my French armies down here, so I should reinforce my French forces. Okay. So France stands tall right now. We're actually doing quite well. Really, the only lands in France that he holds now is just here. Other than that, we have complete control of France. And that's a very important thing. Right, we can make you into a full army commander now, at long last. Okay. We have this French artillery. That would be very much favorably employed by the French forces. Okay, so we're gonna put the, I could take them with me. I'll take them with me. We don't actually have that many men in this. Ah, what is it? The Canadians. It was the Canadian forces, right. Okay. Right, I have this cavalry. I could have this cavalry right up before me. And try and destroy this rail as well. Maybe try and seize this town. Just basically slow him down as much as humanly possible. But I could have them ride over to there on the train. Then have them get off there. And that could work out very well. Try and cut this line here. Basically, we need to take Brussels. Which is doable, really. The linchpin of the German army in the north is now this force here of Alexander von Kluck. But if we take out Alexander von Kluck's army, what does he fall back on? His forces are all here. Other than this force here, we don't really have that much opposition. Von Bülow has been roundly sorted, actually. Surprisingly, I did not think they would score a victory, but it happened. Right, do we have Japan now? I thought we should have Japan in the war. While being besieged in Antwerp, we managed to repair a bridge. Oh my god, we actually repaired the bridge. I didn't even know that was a thing. But we did it. Do we have any further forces coming to this area? Right, we just have these guys. We could send the Irish forces. They're coming here. No, they're coming to Calais, aren't they? Right. Wait a minute. How long has this been here? Oh my god. We have Herbert Kitchener in the field. Oh my god. Kitchener himself. By the book Strategist. He's very nice, actually. The 4 command points, the troop quality is really handy. But, yeah, so the British Army is now well and truly established on the continent. I think we can force von Kluck out of here. We destroy these rails, we absolutely cut off any real hope of von Kluck from escaping. Now, I don't want to make a move like that, mostly because I risk being cut off or caught by these forces, or these forces, which is definitely a possibility. Are you active? You are a very good commander, sir. Okay. Yes, we just really need to increase our infantry count over here. Right, let's go to war production. Right, let's keep building these up. Other than that, we're looking okay. Did take some British losses, that's for damn sure. But things are going very well. Much too well, in all honesty. Much, much too well. Thom, my friend, when you see this... Thom being the German player, by the way. When you see this... I completely apologise, and yeah, it was utter bullshit. It was utter bullshit. Alright, we have a lot of cavalry over here. We have another corps commander. Yeah, our forces down here really do need to just recover. But we can get some supports into here. Fuck. Did not mean to do that. Yeah, we'll get the supports in there, we can make our corps a hell of a lot more resilient. There we go. So we should be able to recover quite quickly. Right, we are slightly over, but I can take these guns out. There we go. So that army is now perfectly positioned to defend the fortress of Belfort. Epinal is fine. We have about, what, 36,000 men there, 36,600. So that's pretty good. Now, I could take these forces here of the reserve army. possibly combine it with Joseph Joffrey. Then having Joseph Joffrey lead his own army would give us another valuable commander. So I think what we'll do then is we'll have Joseph Joffrey come here. We'll have the reserve army combine with Joseph Joffrey. Once combined, we'll be able to we'll be able to stay here another turn, make sure he doesn't try anything funny. But I don't think he will. I think he's going to keep to his borders now. Now, do I want to just send some extra forces over here? Right, let's see. Are you active? You're not. Damn it. Let's see. Yeah, we can definitely draw on forces from this area. Well, reinforcements from this area. Okay. I could have these forces stay outside, but it does put them at risk. Antwerp must be freed from the siege. They must be freed. Right. It's annoying that I can't enter the Baltic. The only way I could enter the Baltic is through Kiel. And going through the Kiel Canal is just suicidal. The fortress guns will just light me up, the mines will destroy me. Yeah, it's not workable right now. So that's a kick to the teeth. Japan is not in the... okay, so they'll be in the war next turn. Right, okay. Right, we sacrificed a turn with Italy. That's allowed him to get to 50... well, to 49. Options unlocked. The neutrals blockade. And I would like HMS Erin and the HMS Erin Court basically take these dreadnoughts from the... from the Ottomans. But I don't want to push the Ottomans any more into his court than I need to. Right. Bulgaria is now 44-56, so they are starting to come towards us. It's getting closer. I need Denmark. I need Denmark to be able to use the Kattegat. I'll go through the Baltic. If I took Denmark, well, at least had Denmark join me, I'd be able to use go for the Skagerrak, and then go for the Kattegat into the Baltic Sea, and first get around all these Baltic defenses. Not Baltic defenses. Well, Baltic defenses, yes, but these defenses of the Kiel Canal. That's what I meant to say. Okay. How many prisoners did we capture? 3,000 prisoners over here. At Mulhouse. That was lucky. That was just not right. That should have definitely been a goddamn defeat. I mean, I'm just surprised. I'm goddamn surprised. Right, the Anglo-Japanese Treaty. Originally signed in 1902, the Anglo-Japanese alliance was originally designed to keep Russian ambition in the Pacific checked. Reaffirmed and expanded after the Russo-Japanese War of 1905, it served as a catalyst to bring the Japanese into the Great War against Germany. In return for their aid in routing the Germans out of the Pacific holdings, the Japanese gained control over most of the previous German colonies, and strengthened their position against China on the mainland. That totally isn't going to lead to anything in the future. Alright. I'm kind of tempted to send this force over here, to try and get across the river. It's going to take 9 days. But if we manage this, then we can have further reinforcements on that side of the river. Okay, what I'm going to do here is... oh, wrong guy. Wrong army, sorry. Take him, and... put you in there, I guess. Are these guys both not active? God damn it. But you do have command of a few forces here. Ah, right, the cavalry is still on that mission. Yep, completely forgot about that. Okay. That corps can stay there. Okay. And then with that, we have... 2 armies here. So that's 104,000 men here. Well, not 2 armies, sorry. But then another 62,000 men there in the reserve. Plus the 103,000 men here, so potentially he could be facing up to 200,000 men. Potentially. And then these cavalry, which are all obviously dangerous as all hell now. It's another 2,000 men, but you can't knock it. These forces will stay in the area. Where do we have any supplies? We have supplies here. We have supplies here as well, but I don't know. Now, I could do a rest in the forces. Where's the British Expeditionary Force? Oh, right, it's been combined into this army, hasn't it? So it's lost that title. Because John D.P. French is not in control. Ah, Douglas Haig. Okay, interesting. Right. Kitchener will move over here. With the New Zealand squad here, squadron here. They can be sent to Southampton. Ah, right, yes, and then we have the New Zealanders. Were these the New Zealanders or the Australians? I think these might have been just the New Zealanders. Maybe. But next turn, well, yes, next turn we'll have the Japanese army and the Japanese navy. Their navy is going to be the greatest asset to the war. Let's see. Right, yes. So his morale has dropped, but it's still pretty good at 96. That's not too bad. I mean, we gained only 1 national morale from those battles. But it was going well, actually. We're at 209,000 losses, so we have taken some considerable losses. But a lot of that has been really in just bad battles. But, yeah. The linchpin. I mean, I was talking about this being the linchpin in the north, but this is the real linchpin of the German army. If we were to force this command, this army out of the field or into Thionville, that would make him panic. He would panic like all hell at that. Well, I would panic at all hell like that because I could not ensure that I was not able to use these rails. Because basically, if I take control of Luxembourg, I can try and gain control of Baston, this rail through the Ardennes. And if I gain control of the rail through the Ardennes and he loses that, that makes his travel a hell of a lot more dangerous and much more costly. In time and material as well. Britain is relatively undefended, but I don't think I need to worry about Britain, considering the fact that I have a navy. Right, David Betty. David Betty is another person I need to talk about in the future. With his, yeah, I believe he was the commander of the Lion, or at least his flagship was the Lion. The New Zealand Queen Mary and the Princess Royal. Right. Not too much to be doing right now. We need to keep Bulgaria out of this war. Right. I know he's probably planning on maybe... I mean, he could promise them or recognize Romanian, Bulgarian Mongols, I mean. I can't do much about Romania. Well, I can. I think I'll have to. I think I'll have to just try and keep Romania out as long as possible. But it's a difficult game. It's a very difficult game for me in terms of diplomacy. The US is pretty heavily aligned to the Germans. But for whatever reason, as it is, the United States is basically banned from entering the Central Powers. I don't know why, it's kind of unfair, I guess. But yeah. Romania is going to swing, and they're going to swing hard. He's suffering now. But once the Ottoman Empire and Romania joins his cause, his fortunes could turn around, especially with Romania, just to have extra forces in the far south down here. I mean, he could go into Bessarabia, take Bessarabia, then, yeah, use those forces elsewhere. I am afraid for my ally. I can't send my ships through the Skagerrak and the Kattegat to help him, which is very dangerous. And then if the Ottomans join the war, he's going to face a large front war. So, I need to try and do my best to help him, and to slow down the Romanian Ottoman entry into the war. But ultimately, the war will be decided here in Germany. Yeah. Potsdam's a nice city today, though. That's very well done. So, yes, guys, thank you so goddamn much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed this. I mean, I'm still shocked at the results that we got. Actually, something I need to take a look at is the weather. Now, notice the weather is beginning to turn. We got lucky over here that it's still clear, but the weather is becoming muddy, and that means things are going to get bad. I mean, we're in October now. Soon, we're going to start seeing winter. And once winter hits, there's not going to be any more offensives, really. It's just not doable. The winter's going to bog us down. Yeah, so really, winter's going to be the deciding factor. We just need to advance as far as we can while we can. After that, well, we're going to have to basically build up our reserves. Which gives him time to build up as well, don't forget about that one. Okay. I think what we'll start doing then is maybe building some more heavy artillery. I think I'm going to build railguns. I really love railguns. They are so effing cool. They are just so goddamn cool. Just look at them. Beautiful. It looks like the German ones, actually. But yes. Thank you so much for watching, guys. I hope to see you again in the future. So for now, and until next time, I know it's going to be bittersweet, but I shall see you guys soon. So this has been the Great War PBEM. Episode 5? Is it 5? 4 or 5? I think it's 5. It might be 5. Yeah. Until next time, guys, thank you.